it is for the gold medal. The Americans will have first possession with Doucette as quarterback. He sidearms it to the sidelines, complete up to the 18-yard line, connecting with Laval Davis, who is into the lineup as a starter. He was mainly a rotational player in the first few games, and now checks out. Dion High checks in for him. On second down, it is handed off for Pablo Smith, directing traffic. Nice moves coming out of the backfield, and away he goes to the 10, the 5. Steps out before he gets into the end zone. Maybe his flag was pulled down at the 9-yard line.
Did you saw the flag pull? That was insane. Look at this. Look at this. He runs fast, but look at this. Wow. Flight flag pull over there.
Maximilian Hildebrand with the flag pull keeps the United States out of the end zone, but not for long, as heading off 4-6 was Pablo Smith.
Well, this offense is so hard to defend. They are fast, they're creative, everyone can throw, everyone can run. It's just insane. Boom.
Pablo Smith with his 5th touchdown of this tournament. Waltzes into the end zone, and the Americans will go for 2. Smith gets the call. He will swing it wide for Brown. Brown will dodge. Brown will weave and then crash in to the Austrian player at the goal line. That was Benedict Wolf. Flags fly.
That might be a penalty on the offense, because if the defense stands still, they have right of place and you're not allowed to back.
Illegal contact. Offense number 14. Try is no good. First down, Austria.
What a move. They run so fast in this, and then you can see, boom, he stood still. He's not allowed to run into him.
Belton Brown getting called for the equivalent of a charge. On first down. Pass complete to Gregor Brouwer and Vosshuber. But Felix Vosshuber starting at quarterback. We might as well start with the quarterbacks and work our way out from there, right, Mona?
Right. Yes. So we will have Felix Vosshuber, and then we will have his favorite target, Daniel Hochleitner. He's one of his favorite receivers. They played together since years. They even attend in Panama's World Championships 2018 in the same match, in the same situation, gold medal game against the US.
As for the American defense, it's the rusher. It's the guy that's going to be in the face of the Austrian quarterback, Michael Better.
Absolutely. He's a track and field athlete. He's so fast. You can see them. You can see him. And he's calling himself on Instagram the Rush King.
Look him up. Become a follower. Third down from the 14-yard line. Vosshuber connects with Hochleitner at the 23. It'll bring up fourth down and about 1.5 yards to go.
So while we are talking about players to watch, there's definitely one on the clock. David Tescher, he's number 6. He's a rookie, but he's from America. He went to Austria, get into the town, stay the whole summer to train with the team and be part of Team Austria for this tournament.
Let's see if he's a target here on this fourth down play. A shovel pass underneath ensures that Austria stays on the field. Gregor Brouwer with his second reception of the early evening. That's important because you got to get a first down at the center field stripe to keep the team on the field. So a new set of downs with the ball on the 24-yard line. Huber leans back, throws, and nobody's in the neighborhood. The closest man to it was David Tescher down at the 5. Broke off his pattern. That'll bring up second down. Mona, one of the things that impresses me about both these quarterbacks that we're talking about out of the gate in the first round of this World Championship, clean sheet. Huber, 16 touchdowns, no interceptions. Doucette, 13 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's what you gotta love.
It's insane. I love, on this position, I love to see those quarterbacks scoring, throwing around the ball. They're so good. They're so amazing. They did really good jobs over the tournament. It's just insane to see.
Martin Sturd duck walks his way across the 15 down to the 14 to avoid the flag pull. Third down coming up for Team Austria. Huber throwing over the middle, and it is intercepted. And this one will go to the house. Lulu Hernandez with his second interception of this tournament and his first pick six here in Lahti. Well, we're talking about clean sheets. It's not a clean sheet anymore.
Absolutely. Well, it seems like a lot of traffic over there, and then, when Team USA is on the field, you have to have wide open receivers because this is so close.
It'll be a two-point conversion try for Doucette. He stands back and fires, puts a little too much mustard on that hot dog. But let's take another look at that interception by Lulu Hernandez, the pride of Miami, Florida.
Yeah, maybe he didn't saw the defender right behind the rusher, but if you have deep balls, you have to have the speed of the U.S. defense on board.
Just sat in the hip pocket and had that great first step in front of the receiver when the ball was delivered behind the receiver and didn't lead the receiver. Read it perfectly. Huber will have to try to recover as there's flags down behind this play. Connected with Hochleitner, who will waltz out of bounds in USA territory.
There was a lot of contact down there. Two players laying on the ground.
Illegal contact by the defense, number 21. 10-yard penalty from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Jamie Kennedy, the guilty party.
Yeah, Jamie Kennedy just switched from tackle to flag football, so sometimes it's hard.
There's the big gainer from Hochleitner.
And nice hips, you saw that? Woo, those hips flips.
That's the official sound of shifting hips, by the way. Woo! Somebody sampled that. Ball marked on the 7 for Austria. They need to find some points here and find some points in a hurry. Tescher tries to find that answer. Well, if he knew what the question was, he certainly found out the answer physically, crashing into Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy again, with way too much contact on this play.
Illegal contact by the defense, number 21, with aiming. 10-yard penalty apply, half distance, automatic first down.
This is more tackle than flagpole.
And that's got a murmur rolling through the audience here at Lahti Stadium. Ball placed at the 1-yard line for Felix Huber and company. Huber in a 10-yard shotgun. Sidesteps, throws. His receiver fell on the way to the football. That was Paulio Steidl, who's got 2 TD receptions so far this tournament. Second down coming up.
I think he was sacked before he could throw the ball.
Flag flag was popped, so it'll move back to the 8-yard line. Team Austria having some challenges here against a quick and ready USA defense. Vashuber sidearms it, and it is knocked down and broken up. Lulu Hernandez with the breakup. Vashuber's going to be seeing Lulu Fernandez in his nightmares.
What a dive for the cat, for the almost interception. So when Team USA is there, you have to see a lot of one-hand catches. So maybe on defense too, it's really, really dangerous.
So Hernandez with a pass breakup and a pick six back to the house. Third down coming up for Austria. Vashuber straight up the gut. This time he finds 6-4-6. David Tescher with his third touchdown of this tournament. That's just what the doctor ordered.
Great play in this situation. You had a receiver covering the cornerback on this side, and then you have an open one just right at the end zone. Bam.
Austria will go for one in this situation. Down 12-6. Straight line receiver set. Vashuber. Oh, it is caught. And maybe that was an optical illusion.
So you have to dart those balls. If not, defense will come. Look at this.
There's the pass.
Wow.
There's the catch.
Look how close this was.
Amir Brown was a mere split second away from breaking that up. Here's Doucette with his reply. Throwing deep, throwing complete, making it look easy, and hitting high into the end zone. The Dion High had all kinds of space, but that ball was delivered with perfection.
Wow, look at the speed, and you know what? He's played with Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech before, so he knows to catch some balls like this. Wow.
Pride of Hereford, Texas.
Bruce Mapp, nice one.
With 6, and then Bruce Mapp, the pride of Philadelphia, PA, with the point after, although he's living in Dallas, Texas these days. The one thing we've seen across the women's game is groups of players who are young, 18, 19, 20. You look at these men's teams, they're still skewing a lot older. There are older athletes on this team. High 29, Mapp is 30, Doucette 35, Pablo Smith even as a backup 27 on this American team.
Even look at Michael Better, he's 39 and he can rush. As you can see, it's like insane.
So second down coming up for Austria.
So when we talk about ages, it's really interesting. The gold medal game for the women's is up next, and the Team US women are get down to really, really low ages at this situation.
Oh, same with Team Mexico as well. They have a lot of younger players on that team now. Vashuber floats it up and finds his man. That is Tescher with his 13th reception of this tournament. Good position for Austria to be in now. Third down at their own 18. They need to get across the 25 to get a reset.
So we saw the head coach, George Cascudo. He won gold at the Birmingham's World Championship at the World Games.
As Vashuber connects big time with Martin Sturr down at the 2-yard line, and there are flags down. There's some headhunting going on there.
Wow! Look at the dime, and then...
Illegal contact, defense, number 21.
Okay.
10-yard penalty applied on the next play. On the next play, it will be a try for 2 at the 5-yard. Touchdown.
That is a touchdown. It wasn't initially marked as a touchdown, but he was on the inside of that pylon and paid the price for it. So a fantastic way for Austria to get straight back into this game, and a fantastic way for these two guys to show some sportsmanship.
Absolutely. That was I was talking about. The sportsmanship in this sport is just amazing. So we were talking about the head coach. He was the head coach of Panama's men's national team before and won a bronze medal at the World Games in 2021. That was the highest rank Panama ever did in a world competition.
Coaching means a lot. We should have more of a discussion as we go through the evening about coaching and the effect that it has on this burgeoning game, as the point after is nowhere in the neighborhood. Like what we've seen in terms of high-level athletes, elite athletes develop in this flag game, coaching plays a role in it, training plays a role in it, but as we see with the teams that are making it to these finals, a good overall program that is supported and well-funded also plays a major role in it.
Absolute. This is game-changing.
There's Doucette. He's just having fun, airing it out every time he leans back. Every time he's in an end zone, he's throwing for the other end zone. That time he didn't connect. Let's take a look.
Oh, wow.
That's efficiency. He's having fun tonight. Deuce is having fun. Second down. Pablo Smith airing it out. And finding the Dion high at the center field marker. About 1 yard short. Be third down and 1. So some options here for Team USA. Doucette seamlessly finds high again for his third reception of the evening. Down to the 15. Flags, though, back at the line of scrimmage.
On the offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty applied from the previous spot. Still third down.
5-yard penalty for shielding.
Yeah, shielding is when, you mean the rusher is 7 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and when he raises his hand over his head, so he has the right
2 minutes to play,
way,
2 timeout, each team.
Way to the quarterback, so no one has to run in his route. So this was a perfect scene from shielding.
Shielding is literally like a pick on the rusher.
Yes.
So the ball's moved back to the 19. The USA needs to get across the 25 on this third down play. Doucette throws across his body, finds his man, Bruce Mapp, and he will just sashay his way for 6. Inside 2 minutes, and the Americans trying all they can to just hit the gas and try to pull away from this Austrian team.
Yeah, you can see the defenders hit each other, so that was why Bruce Mapp was wide open.
Doucette, third of the end zone. It is broken up by Benedict Wolf, the Vienna Viper.
One of the Wolf brothers. So again, we have 2 brother pairs in Team Austria, and they played together since longer than 10 years. So the connection from Team Austria is just amazing.
So Austria has both timeouts remaining. 1:51. They will take the ball. Down by 12. An opportunity for them to try to remain close as they go into the half. Voshuber. Complete to Gregor Brouwer. He backs out at the 11-yard line. Second down coming up. Voshuber double clutches and then throws, and more physical contact as Tesher secured it at the 20 and then got mowed down.
Number 6. Illegal contact on the offense. Number 6, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Apply half distance with a loss of down. We'll play in third down.
They're going to call that against the offense as Hernandez had his feet planted, according to the officials. Moves the ball back just outside the 5-yard line. Third down and about 20 to a first down facing Team Austria. Voshuber in his own end zone. Feels the pressure. In and out of the hands of Gregor Brouwer up at the 19-yard line. And the tempo of this game is starting to come apart, especially in comparison to some of the earlier games that we saw. Two thrilling bronze medal games where the team from Japan won the women's side. The team from Switzerland won on the men's side. First and second being decided in this game. Fourth down. Facing Austria. Voshuber throwing to the center of the field. I think they got his flag and they got a safety back in the end zone. Kind of a slow whistle on it, but it still counts as a safety. And one of the guys that you focused on at the start of this game, Michael Better, is the guy that gets the two.
He is so unbelievable fast. Yeah, right before the throw, he pulled the flag in the end zone. This is a safety. 2 points for Team USA.
And as a result, Team USA will get the ball at their own 5 for a new drive with 1:10 remaining. Doucet teardrops it into the hands of Pablo Smith. He rambles all the way down into the end zone for a USA touchdown.
Did you saw the speed? Oh my gosh.
There you go, a little teardrop, a little tightrope, a little TD. Thanks to Doucet connecting with Smith.
What a body control. But yeah, Smith is playing this game for 27 years now, so he was really knowing what to do in this situation.
Doucet throws across his body, corner end zone, no problem for Bruce Mapp as he gets the 2-point conversion. The United States going up 34-13 with a minute remaining in this first half.
What a good place ball. They have a connection. They play together in the national team since 4 years, and Doucet is having a dime over there.
Well, if Austria doesn't have an answer here pretty soon, this will be more of a celebration for Team USA than a game for the gold medal. Tesher hauls it in after a gain of 6. There is the possibility here, if they could find the end zone, which they have a couple of times tonight, they get the ball at the start of the second half. They might be able to mile up 12 to 16 points. Tesher again with his second consecutive reception up to the 18.5-yard line. Third down coming up. Austria 7 yards away from a first down. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. Vashuber slings it, sidearm, gets the first down. Favorite target on this drive, Tesher. 3 receptions in a row as Austria continues to march. So something encouraging for Austria to build on here after getting blitzkrieged a couple of times by the American offense. First down for the Austrians. Here comes the rush. Vashuber calmly throws it up. There was contact on the receiver down at the 6-yard line, and there were no flags. Tesher looked like he was run over by the American defensive back. We'll have to see that again.
Absolutely. There's the body on the ground.
Not sure if that was a catchable ball.
But did you see the other side? Daniel Hochleitner was wide open, all alone in the end zone.
So second down for Vashuber and Austria. And the pass is complete for Hochleitner. He did a great job of controlling that football before he stepped out of bounds. And with that gain, looks like Austria will be calling a timeout, using their first of 2 with 34 seconds remaining in this half. And the Austrians about 16 yards away from where they need to be.
Let's go.
You know what's breathtaking? The landscape here in Finland, the lakes, but also the USA offense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just incredible to see those athletes here competing. Their skill level is insane. I can't describe it in other words. They're so fast. The offense is so creative. They play in a kind of wildcat style we will go on later. And you can prepare for this type of offense. Everyone can run, everyone can throw, everyone can do shifty moves. You can't be prepared for this offense.
Well, the Americans, when you take a look at their path to get here, they beat Spain 57-25, Serbia 49-14. They beat the Czechs by 50. They beat Italy by 35. They beat Switzerland 45-6. In most of those games, they had the opportunity to flip personnel. In other words, they had offensive players playing on defense and defensive players playing on offense. They had that ability to keep it loose, keep it fun, even keep it educational.
Absolutely, and it's good to save resources on those tournaments, especially if it's 4-day tournaments, but seems like they're having fun around here. And when you see at the roster of Team USA, everyone is named like wide receiver, DB, wide receiver. Everyone can play anything.
Third down and goal to go from the 16. Vashuber. Door was shut by Mike Daniels on coverage as Vashuber was seeking out David Tesher. That'll bring up fourth down. Tesher comes back in motion to the hip of Vashuber. Vashuber sails it to the end zone. Two players in the neighborhood, but the guy that comes down with it is Mapp. Doesn't matter if he was out of bounds because it will be a turnover on downs.
That's the only chance you have in this situation. Go deep, give your receiver a chance. But yeah, Team USA defense is always there.
Check that. That was Mike Daniels with the defensive play. Nonetheless, here's Doucette. He's going to use his legs to get all the yards he needs and a little bit more all the way down to the 15-yard line. We're going to mark it down as a gain of 28 on the ground for Doucette. Placing the ball back at the 17. Team USA on the roll, double pump, looking end zone. It is caught. Is it caught in bounds? Yes, it is. Touchdown, Laval Davis. The native of Jacksonville, Florida, pulling it down, tight roping that near sideline.
Look at the speed of Doucette in this situation. Oh my gosh.
35 years young. Don't tell me he hasn't got more gas in the tank. Now let's take a look at this TD. Because talk about, he showed us his feet. He just showed us his arm right there in his placement. Found the window.
Everything what they got. They have ground, they have air, everything. And this is interesting. A lot of those players come from track and field. They're track athletes. Look how fast they are in these situations. Insane.
Well, that's the question for a lot of programs around the world right now. What makes the perfect flag athlete? And many flag programs are looking to other sports.
Absolutely.
Track is one of them.
Yeah,
track is certainly one, because we've seen a lot of straight line speed here tonight, right? But there are other sports. Earlier in a game, we saw a player
Austria,
literally volley a ball
No
behind her head into the waiting arms of one of her teammates for a touchdown.
Yes, there are a lot of players from different sports, and when you look at Team USA, men and women, the women's game is up next. Gold medal game, there's a lot of track athletes. They do high jump, they do long jump, and the other thing is basketball. A lot of players come from basketball.
Well, part of the dynamic is 5-on-5. A lot of transferable skills for elite athletes to find a path to an Olympic Games are contained within this sport of flag football. As Martin Sturr catches that on the other side, but have we run out of time?
Halftime.
In this half, even though it says 2 on the clock, now it says 0's on the clock, and that will do it for the first half of play. Not really too surprised at this score, quite frankly.
No, not really. But when I think about the game yesterday, Austria had an amazing win over Mexico. That was just insane to see those athletes beating the top of the world. That was pretty incredible.
Let's go downstairs to Kate Allman. Kate?
You guys, I have defensive star Lulu Hernandez next to me. And Lulu, you chose number 31. You were given it when you were in high school, and you chose it for this team because you said you want to make something of number 31. Do you think a pick 6 in a gold medal championship game is enough to make something of the number?
I just want to make my family proud back home, and I think I'm representing for 31 for sure, because that's not a number that people want, but I want, when people see 31, they think of me for sure.
And what would a gold medal mean to you?
It'll mean the world to me. Like we play for money back home, but this doesn't measure up to winning a gold medal, representing your country. It's a heartwarming feeling, and we got another half to go, but we're almost there.
Well, good luck in the second half. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So family back in Miami, obviously proud of what Lulu Hernandez has done. Not just the pick 6, couple of breakups, taking opportunities away. He has been the defensive standout tonight for Team USA.
Absolutely. And when we talk about back home from Lulu Hernandez, he is running a non-profit organization to help high school athletes to make their college successful as athlete students. So most of the boys are doing some programs to rise the sport. This is just amazing to see what they're giving back to the country.
Well, one of the encouraging things around flag football is the NAIA getting involved in scholarships. That is going to be a growth industry as we move forward towards an Olympic Games. There will be more scholarship opportunities out there, at least I personally believe, not just for young women, but also for young men as well.
Absolutely.
Working on it in Canada as well. So second down coming up for Team Austria to start this second half with the ball at their own 11-yard line. Vashuber stands, delivers, and connects with Daniel Hochleitner at the 20, gain of 9. Third down coming up for Austria. You need 5 yards to get a new set of downs. Sidearm, complete to Hochleitner. And that will get the ball down to the 15-yard line. Nice gain of 20 on that one as Vashuber connected with Hochleitner.
Well, that's a good way to keep the offense rolling. Doing not that big plays, not going deep, just straight ahead, getting some clean yards.
Yards will get a little tougher now as Austria is getting a sniff of the end zone. First down. Vashuber over the head of the intended receiver, Paulio Steidl. Check that, that's David Tesher, number 6, not number 5. Second down and 15 yards to go from the 15. Vashuber back at midfield, throws underneath, finds his man. That's Gregor Bauer from St. Valentin. He steps out of bounds just before the no-run zone, giving his offense a few more options to work with. Mark it at the 6, third and goal to go from the 6. What do you call here against a defense that is showing superior speed?
Maybe they have to stick to their offense, like getting some, push the defense away with some deep routes and stay to your short passes to complete for a touchdown.
Vashuber throws underneath. He had the man coming in underneath that coverage. The target was Hochleitner, and he just couldn't squeeze the pigskin.
And that's what we're talking about. Like, you try to trust your go-to receiver, and Hochleitner is one of them.
Mike Daniels was right there on that breakup. That was a good pass defense from the defensive back out of Miami, FLA. Fourth down.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, flags down. Let's see what the flag is all about. Hochleitner will get credit for the TD if this registers. If it stands, it will be Hochleitner's
Illegal
6th
contact,
touchdown.
defense number 5. Touchdown. 10-yard penalty apply on the try. It will be a try for 2 points on the 5-yard.
Indeed, it's the 6th touchdown of this tournament for Daniel Hochleitner of Vienna.
Yeah, on the left side of the screen, we saw a lot of contact over there. Good call by the referees.
So with the penalty, this may be from 5 yards out, but this will be for 2 points. Voshuber throwing, complete. It's Hochleitner again. Same place, same play. Same result, except a few less points. Well, that's okay. That's something positive for Austria to build on. Did you not get the impression after Austria beat Mexico in that game with the emotional explosion at the end of that game that it would be very difficult for them to get back and get refocused against a team like Team USA? They had some outstanding planning and some outstanding scheming against Mexico, and to expect them to turn around and do that all over again in less than 24 hours, that's a big ask.
It's really, really hard. But you know what? I think they had their final game till yesterday. But when you have to face the US, you always know what's going to happen. But Austria is doing a great job so far. So let's see if they can stick up.
Belton Brown takes it up around the 24. Wisely steps out of bounds. Brown averaging just over 100 yards per game in terms of all-purpose yards. There's Doucette swinging it back. Pablo Smith. Oh, he's going to go for a run in the park. And avoids a flag grab or two and gets it across center field for a new set of downs.
Wow. He just showed shoes on the ground, turning on, and then faked him. What? I can't believe what they're doing over there.
Whole lot of broken ankles on that field. Pass to the end zone, incomplete. A little bit of a miscommunication, and then a very late flag based on some of the contact. Bruce Mapp was the intended receiver.
Defensive pass interference, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the previous post. Enforced half distance. Automatic first down.
Alex Hausch, the offender on that play. Ball spotted at the 8. Doucette now has a first down to work with and looking to add to the resume. Quick sidearm. Will that count? Yes, it will. He stayed in bounds, Jadion High did. And if I haven't lost count yet, that is his third touchdown of the evening.
Dances into the end zone. Those hips are moving.
Team USA will go for 1 here. And that was out of bounds as Smith tried to connect with Mapp. Nonetheless, the United States lead 47-21. Did I tell you I love Finland? Did I tell you I'm not going down that ski jump?
Yes. Yes, we talked about it when we get here, sawing this. And yesterday we saw some ski jumpers getting down this. I was like, no, what the hell are they doing?
We were hoping for some practicing ski jumpers that we could throw onto this broadcast. Pass over the middle. It is intercepted. And taking it back to the house is Mike Daniels. Visiting the end zone once again, this USA defense.
Look at the right side of the screen. Reading, boom. Intercepted, 4-6. Wow.
coming up. Whistles before Mapp could get the ball away. Awaiting the official signal. Didn't really get one, but Austria will get the ball for another series as Vasshuber connects with Gregor Bauer. Up at the 15-yard line, gain of 10. Second down coming up. Have to make room for one more star in the back of that uniform, the way things are going in tonight's game. Second down. Vasshuber doesn't connect. Third down coming up for Team Austria. Well, we saw the celebration from Switzerland as they won bronze. There's the old saying, you win bronze and you lose gold. But with this score being what it is and with the time running down right now, there's nothing wrong with silver for this Austrian program.
Absolutely not. The Austrians had an amazing tournament. They're so good at it. They were in the Euros. They're just about to have gold. It was like a close game. And this is how you can see the top of the world is so close together. Anything can happen in those tournaments. And silver is, yeah, it's like just incredible to get here.
Coming into this tournament, IFAF had various ways to play into World Championships in years past. In many cases, they were invitational. Coming into this year, very different. Everyone had continental qualifiers, right?
Yep.
Europe has long had the advantage of geography and getting to play each other and regular continental qualifiers going back decades, whereas in North America, in Asia, in Oceania, those things hadn't been in place, but now they are in place. And those foundations are the types of foundations that can grow the game of football worldwide at the grassroots. Ball at the 5-yard line after that turnover on downs. First down for Team USA. Kennedy throws complete. Let's go up and over to Kate. She's up in the crowd having a good old time.
I am having a good time. I cannot hear too much, you guys, but you can see the crowd here is absolutely loving the action of the Flag Football World Championships. I've got Tiff here. She's all the way from Florida. Where are the rest of y'all from?
Miami!
Washington, D.C.
Austin.
As you can see, they come from across the world to come and see their USA team become 5 times in a row, 6-time world champion. How much would that mean to you, Tiff?
It would mean amazing. They work so hard. They put in a lot of work. They have tournaments after tournaments. They train day and night. The ladies and the men, they work so hard and they love what they do.
And the women's game is coming up next, but right now the action is all on the men's game. We are just moments away. They're in the lead. It could be a gold medal, even a 2-time gold medal tonight for the USA. So we need a big cheer to ensure that happens, everyone. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
USA! 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 USA!
Back to you, Jim and Mona.
Thanks very much, Kate. You know, we're trapped here up in the press box, not down in that mosh pit with you, with the USA fans. We're getting a little famished up here. We talked about food a little while ago. Maybe she can check out the concessions to see what they serve at a finished concession. Maybe you can finally get that salmon soup you've been looking for, Mona.
Absolutely. Wait, did you saw Team USA start?
Jumping, offense number 21. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul and a loss of down. Fourth down.
So let's have a look at it. You're not allowed to jump to avoid the flagpole. Here, this is not allowed. So we have a penalty on that play. But what I was supposed to say, Team USA switching on positions.
Yeah. We mentioned that back in the first half, that when there is a comfortable score, you see offense play on defense and defense play on offense. Jamie Kennedy in a quarterback. He's a defensive back, at least in the first half and at least in close games. And there he slides across the midfield stripe. Depending on that spot, he really should have the first down.
Great flagpole over there. Good work of defense. And you see, in Team Austria is changing position as well. So David Tescher, number 6, was supposed to be on offense as a wide receiver, and now he did the very important flagpole to stop Team USA.
They did not make it, so Austrians have the ball again. They'll start at their own 5. Voshuber just spikes the ball. He felt the pressure. Instead of taking the loss or taking the safety.
Now we have Durset and Bruce Mapp on defense side.
Michael Better remains in there as the main rusher, though, at the heart of this defense. Number 24 at the center of your screen, wearing the mask.
Yeah, he got a serious injury last year. He broke a lot of his bones in the face, and he's recovering.
Voshuber on second down. Pass to the crossing man underneath. That is Polio Steidl. Move the ball up another 6 yards up to the 16-yard line. Just getting outside the 2-minute warning. Coming up, the rivalry to end all rivalries. Well, should we go that far? Mexico and the USA is as rivalry as it gets in this sport on the women's side.
Absolutely. So Team Mexico had an amazing win over Team USA in 2022 World Games in Birmingham, Alabama. And 1 year later at the Americas Championship, Team USA won over Mexico. They both took a step back, and now we're heading face-to-face, US and Team Mexico, with their incredible quarterbacks.
The score is more than 30-point difference. Clock is running until the end of the game.
Mercy rule.
No, we're having a mercy rule because of 30 points of difference, yes.
I was at that World Games where Mexico defeated USA. I was standing beside Scott Hallenbeck from USA Football, and we were watching Deanna Flores, and I turned to him and I said, somebody's got to put that girl on a cereal box. And the NFL put her in a commercial.
In a Super Bowl commercial. Yes, she's really superstar of flag football, and she balls out the whole tournament. I cannot wait to see her bowling. And on the other side of Team USA, we have the legend, Vanita Crouch. She's the Tom Brady of flag football.
I thought you were the Tom Brady of flag football. I just called you QB1.
Thank you very much, but have a look at Vanita Crouch. She's incredible.
So the Americans take over. Happy to wind the clock down as we are within a mercy rule. A pitch in the hands of Amir Brown. He dances his way just short of the 14-yard line. Smile Smiles all around on that USA bench. Why not? You're closing in on a gold medal in a world championship.
They're having a good time here.
They are part of the start of the Olympic cycle for all of this sport, and they will emerge as leaders in this first step. And there is a nice defensive play by Benedict Wolf. Little underthrown. There's no quit in this Austrian team.
That's the spirit. So, as you can see, the Americans are getting a little bit being safe in this situation. The Austrians still keep fighting till the end.
Well, the end is coming up. The countdown is on. Team USA, world champions in flag football here in Lahti, Finland. Dominant in every game from the start to the end.
Unbelievable. There's unstoppable team. So great athlete. But Austria did very, very well in the whole tournament. And facing this team USA was really not easy. And they gave their hearts on the field.
Unless there's another country that has an answer for this team.